architecture. I'm from Australia, from Brisbane, Australia. Here at CEDIA in Atlanta. This is my first US trip and my first US CEDIA, and here to basically promote the Aussie lens MK4, which is sitting in front of me. Basically, I've been in home theatre since possibly early 1990s, around 1990, 91, and in 2000 I decided to register a business and began installing and basic calibrations, and then throughout that decade I've released a few little products, and the Aussie lens is one of those. That's basically started off in 2005 as a personal DIY project, which it's kind of interesting when I look back at the humble beginnings of where it came from as water prisms and the bits and pieces to what it is today. It is a true cylindrical anamorphic lens with fully corrected optics and adjustable astigmatism correction. So basically what the product does is, as with all anamorphic lenses, it allows us to basically optically correct geometry distortions that we electrically introduce into an image. As you know, when you watch movies that are presented in CinemaScope, most Hollywood blockbuster films are presented in CinemaScope in cinemas. When they're converted to video on home packaged media formats like Blu-ray and DVD, they're presented as a letterboxed format. So basically what we do in constant image height is we vertically stretch the image to eliminate the black bars. This means that we now can use the full 1080 pixels available of the vertical resolution of the projector instead of the original approximately 810 pixels that are currently used in the letterbox format. But of course now the geometry is incorrect, so circles would appear as an oval. The anamorphic lens is basically a lens that magnifies in just one direction only. So typically with this lens it's a horizontal expansion lens. Therefore the vertical dispersion or vertical magnification is 0, and the horizontal magnification is 1.33 times, which is the precise number used to offset the amount of vertical stretch we've applied. So basically it now restores the geometry. As I mentioned before, this lens has fully corrected optics, so we don't see chromatic aberrations, grid distortion and other nasties that we might see from a less quality lens. The astigmatism adjuster is basically what allows us to bring both the horizontal and vertical lines in focus at the same time. So this lens can be dialed in to a point where essentially it's transparent. The only difference between lens in, lens out will basically be the geometry of the image and the width of the image. It's machined alloy case and precision glass optics with optic coatings. It is truly a remarkable piece of hardware, and I'm quite amazed, considering its humble beginnings, that it's actually at such a professional level at this time. It's certainly it certainly wasn't an overnight project and took a lot of time and blood, sweat and tears, so to speak, so to get it to where it is, and I'm certainly proud of my achievements. The Aussie lens was designed really to be kept as simple as we could, as I could from an end user perspective. Basically, the stand is really simple, where it allows height adjustment and a tilt adjustment, so we can even out pin cushion. Pin cushion is a byproduct of all anamorphic lenses, so realistically it's one of those things that we can have to compensate for. We can't really correct unless you're using a curved screen. You'll notice that the lens is a cube as opposed to a cylinder. The term cylindrical is actually how we denote the shape of the lens when viewed, or the lens optics when viewed in plan. So basically, in this case, in plan, yes, you would. It looks like as if a cylinder has been cut out of the glass. However, from the front, and most cylindrical lenses are actually housed in a cylinder, and I guess people get confused and think that's why it's called the cylindrical lens. It's not. And the reason I've done a cube as opposed to a traditional cylinder is essentially weight and a cost issue. In the end of the day, we project rectangular images, not circular images, so therefore why would we need traditional curved glass at the top, which only adds weight? This lens already is 4.5 kilos, so with that extra amount of glass top and bottom and the alloy needed to hold that glass, this lens would actually become closer to 5 or 6 kilos and make it quite difficult for a lot of installations. So it was a case of working out how large we could make this lens to be practical with use of pretty much every projector on the market, as well as keep the final design quite compact. Because at the end of the day, you know, some people don't really want to see this great big bulky thing hanging in front of their projector. Whilst I think projectors don't look complete without an anamorphic lens, yeah, there are others that don't quite share my opinion on that one. So keeping it small was to make it a bit more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so yeah, my name's Mark Tetcher. I'm the creator of the Aussie Morphic Lens MK4. I'm here at CEDIA in Atlanta in the US. Basically here to promote the lens and I'd like to thank AVS Forums for the great exposure I've had over the years, and Warren for shooting this video, and I look forward to seeing all you guys back on the forums.